will appreciate the information that this book does have for the study and the input of health. It really is good for you, and maybe good for our soul and who we are. So I hope that you enjoy this very short little talk on sauerkraut.
Thank you, Gloria.
Hello, I just want to welcome all our Zoom participants: June, Glenn and Susie, Vicky, Marilyn, Charles, Leanne, Vanessa, Gail, Mary, and Christiana.
Welcome, Zoomers, and welcome everyone to the sanctuary. Upcoming events are listed on the back of your order of service today. Does anyone have other announcements to share for the good of the community? To stay informed about services and other events important to our fellowship, as Harvey mentioned, members and friends are encouraged to sign up for and also read our weekly email announced newsletter. To sign up, just visit our website, berrienuu.org, and submit your email address. And now, kindling of the chalice.
We light our chalice, knowing that our hope and our passion are needed to change the world. We bring different gifts to the work, but we come together in one faith that what we do makes a difference, both to our world and in ourselves, to carry on the light of hope. Out of the flames we rise.
Out of the flames we rise. Thank you, Aurelia. And now, if you will turn to song 1053 in the green or teal hymnal, or follow along with the words on the screen. How could anyone?
Twice through. How could anyone ever tell you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul.
When the words of our affirmation appear on the screen, please join me in speaking the words. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. We make time each Sunday to share our joys, concerns, and important life events. In this way, we get to know each other better. Do any of the children have something that they would like to share today? On the last Sunday of each month, we set time aside for our Fabric of Life ceremony, a time of remembrance, where Everyone is invited to share a memory of a departed loved one, or someone you dishonor in public. And as you weave a thread into our tapestry, we say the words, "I weave this thread into the fabric of life in memory of," and then the individual. And then the congregation responds by saying, "Presente, we see you." So, Gloria Weberg, would you like to come up and lead the ceremony?
Thank you. Thank you. I have a little cold, so you'll have to bear with me. I'm going to start the fabric of life first by honoring the lives of all the people who died at Auschwitz. When I remember very very strongly, because it was my time. I was in the Navy at the time in World War II, and I remember the young children coming over from Europe, particularly because I was in high school at the time, I think my first and second year, and I knew quite a few of the young people who came over. Some of them themselves didn't even realize how bad those concentration camps were. They did such a good job of hiding them from people that even the citizens themselves did not know how bad it was. So there were so many people at Auschwitz at that time that, and there was an article in today's paper in the Herald Palladium that I thought you would like to read. It's short, but it says so many important things. But one is that there were over 1 million people killed, put to death for no reason, and that includes children and mothers and fathers and grandmothers and grandfathers. So we must be aware right now of what's going on, because that's what the headline says. Auschwitz anniversary marked as peace again shatters by war. So we must be aware of that. And now to get on with the fabric life. Has anybody got anything today that they would like to share? Somebody that they love or care for?
We have two. The girls are going to put one on together for our neighbor, Dave Hemry. He passed in the fall from cancer. And I'm going to be putting one on for my friend, Derek Nestich. Yeah. I'm sorry, I forgot. I have a third. My coworker, Andrew Lawrence.
As we do this the last Sunday of every month, it really means something to a lot of people.
I weave this fabric into into our fabric of life,
Yes.
in memory of the people of Ukraine.
Today, I'd like to weave this fabric into our fabric of life in honor of
not only the 6,000 Jews that died in the Holocaust, but the forgotten victims of the Holocaust. 2,000 Jehovah's Witnesses were killed in the Holocaust. 15,000 German citizens of African descent were killed in the Holocaust. 250,000 disabled people were killed in the Holocaust. 500,000 Roma gypsies were killed in the Holocaust, and 500 plus gays and lesbians were killed in the Holocaust. Go ahead.
After that, mine is kind of vanilla. It's just, I weave this fabric into the fabric of life in honor of my parents.
Anybody else? I'm going to weave this fabric of life for all the people in World War II, those men and women of Germany and Russia and all the countries, including our own, who were killed, not for the good of anything, but because we are still in that same state of anger and not being part of what is good and honest and caring. So to tell you the truth, I had some beautiful ribbons that I had put aside, but they weren't in my pockets. I just wonder what happened to them.
Sorry. Presente.
But I like these colors, the stars and the stripes and red and blue. It fits very well.
Does anyone on Zoom want to remember someone? Vanessa?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Today is the anniversary of the birth of my grandfather, Colonel Ray Columbus Thompson, and the death of my grandmother, Eleanor Thompson Cahill, who raised me from the time I was 7 until all the way through my 30s. And I miss them a lot.
Presente.
Presente.
We weave this thread into the fabric of our lives in memory of Vanessa's grandparents.
I will do it.
Thank you, Gloria.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gloria.
Thank you.
Well, our speaker today is Miss Gloria Weberg, and in addition to having a passion for sauerkraut, you might know Gloria from local protests. You might know Gloria for her Get Out the Vote efforts. You might know Gloria for the artistry that she has brought to our fellowship in the way of these beautiful quilts. Gloria is a longtime member of Buff, 30 or more years. She's made significant contributions to our fellowship, serving as a beloved RE teacher, board president and trustee, and especially as an artist and friend. Born on March 2nd, 1922, Gloria achieved centenarian status last year and will turn 101 on March 2nd this year. Welcome, Gloria.
Well, I hope I make it to 101. It would be great if I did. I want to. I have too many friends left to take care of. That's a good way to put it. Well, I'm going to start with a little history before I get into what I'm feeling. I'm going to talk just a little bit. And this is the book that I found, A Passion for Sauerkraut. So it's not something that I made up. It was there for me. And when you have a chance, I want you to browse through it as later when we have some refreshments, which includes sauerkraut. So I put my glasses on, which I don't have. Could you get me my glasses, please? My purse. I just was so excited about coming up here that I forgot to take them for me. And they're right in there. I hope. Where they belong. Okay, let's get started. Okay, sauerkraut, the word alone is kind of fun to say, but most people assume that sauerkraut was invented by the Germans. That is a misconception. German and Austrian word meaning sour cabbage were already cultivated in ancient Egypt and in Greece in the 2nd century BC, so that was a long, long time ago. A Greek physician wrote of cabbage, "It is healthier if only women then cooked." I don't know what that means. Why didn't women cook more than, why did we not cook more? But then maybe they're talking about the fact that sauerkraut many people don't like. Before the invention of food preservation, and this is important right now for us, preventing scurvy was a real concern for the sailors, of course, and we know about that. I think we learned about that in our history lesson. And Captain Cook, I don't know if you remember your history, but I certainly do. Captain Cook, knowing the benefits of fermented cabbage, carried almost 18,000 pounds of fermented cabbage with him aboard ship, and he was the only one whose sailors did not end up with scurvy, which was really then very, very important because there were no preserved foods then, and you just died if you didn't have that in your diets. So that was really important for us to know about. And that one other part is that it is the key to lactic acid, if you all know what lactic acid is, and which for virtually all fermented foods have some of it in them anyway. So that is as much as we need to know, I think. But the fact is that it is healthier than any of us realize. And now to get on with what I was going to talk about. You'll excuse my cold. I'm sorry I have one. I'm sure that I don't want it. I was browsing around one day in a bookstore because I love to go into bookstores. And I happened to look on a shelf, and lo and behold, what was there? This book. Well, I thought, of all people, I am going to buy that book, which I did, because how many people would buy A Passion to Sauerkraut? Not many. I had to laugh at the title, frankly, because anybody that I've come across that we talk about sauerkraut all go, ugh. And of course I say, oh, I just love it. It was my passion and is my passion. It was the word passion also that triggered my imagination, also my creativity, and most of all, it triggered my curiosity. And most of the curiosity was so deep that I decided when I went back home that I would look it up in the dictionary. Now, what exactly does passion mean? What is the significance of that word passion? We use it a lot, mostly in things that are in the movies and things that consider love and beauty and that kind of thing. Very rarely do we just use it for any other reason. So I looked it up, and the dictionary says this: any kind of feeling, emotion, as hope, fear, joy, anger, love, grief, and desire. When of compelling force, so it has to be a force in your being. You have to want it so deeply that it becomes a passion. Well, that fits the depth of feeling, the joy, the taste that has become my passion for many, many years. However, it is not only my passion. As we grow and change, it presents it presents new experiences, very new experiences that affect our emotions. In my early years, after World War II was over and I was discharged from the Navy, I had only one desire. Excuse me. A force in my life that I couldn't get rid of. And somehow or other, I knew that I would have to make this come true. And so when I settled down, the force in my life was I had to have a house, not a home exactly, but a house, because I always lived in apartments, and to have an upstairs and a downstairs was really, really something really important to me, to have that kind of a house. So I got my house, and I got, along with it, a beautiful family. One of them sitting out there today, my daughter Mary. Hi, Mary.
Brian's in the corner there.
Oh, and Brian's in the corner too.
Bottom right.
Oh,
Hi, Mom.
hi, Brian. So then, of course, I had to settle down into this house and this home and these children, with few of which are up there. There are 7 of them, 6 of them now. One of them died, left me. But the highlight of my life, we all have dreams that remain dreams, and it does take care of our imagination. But I had a dream that became a passion, almost an obsession. My children were getting older. I had more time. The women I met had been through college, and with some of my GI Bill of Rights, I managed to attend college and take care of my household too. It was 1977. Now, I think some of you weren't even born in 1977, I'm sure. I was 56 years of age, and passion is a force right there. It's compelling. You have to do it. As I said, this force is on the whole positive side of things. But you know, that's not always. Sometimes a passion is not positive. And that is what we know about and talk about nowadays more than we do other things. And in telling the world, in today's world, the forces within that create and compel harm through the emotion of anger can produce grief or fear, and also anger in a lot of people, which we have really experienced in the last 2 weeks. Passion isn't always a love story. That's how we see it so much. It isn't. So my question is, that I leave with you is, what is your passion? What is something that grabs you to the very depth of your being? If you'd like to share that with us now, it would be great. Or if not, we can have it later on. And we can go in the kitchen and have some sauerkraut that I made especially for us. So, I'm sorry you're missing it, kids. Neither one of them like it. So anyway, that is it. I don't know what else to write about sauerkraut. It's just one of those things that is part of the life of some people, and some people it is not their wish or their desire. So I do hope that you taste it a little bit and get my recipe, which I wrote up, and you can pick up as you go into the kitchen, because I made enough copies for anybody who would like to make it. It is easy and it is healthy. That's the important part. So thank you very much for those few words, but also to be able to share something that not everybody is very positive about, I have to say.
Thank you so much, Gloria. And now our closing hymn, number 123, I think. Yes, number 123 in the gray hymnal, or follow along with the words on the screen, Spirit of Life.
Sure, we'll go through twice.
Extinguish our chalice, please.
The chalice is now extinguished, but its light lives on in our minds and hearts and souls of each one of you. Carry the flame with you as you leave this place and share it with those you know, with those you love, and most especially with those you have yet to meet.
Following our benediction song, we will break for about 15 minutes, grab some sauerkraut and a beverage maybe, and then rejoin here in the sanctuary for a conversation based on Gloria's message and anything else that might be on your minds today. So if you'll please gather in or form a circle around the chairs.
Taking strength from our circle, make
together.